collection. It's called The Ballad of Father Harte, and you'll recognise why I picked it. The old family name, which is a local Sligo name, very much a local Sligo name. And Father John O'Harte was a kind of folk figure around the Collooney area. And Yeats picked up on a lot of the folk tales about it, and he found inspiration for two poems. This one, The Ballad of Father Harte, which isn't very good, but another one which is very good called The Ballad of Father Gilligan. So the two of them were inspired by this particular priest. He operated during the penal laws, the early part of the 18th century. He died in 1739, and he has a story which is kind of a typical story of the time. Being a Catholic, he couldn't own land, and himself and his brother owned a huge estate around Clunamahan. You know Clunamahan? They were the people who inherited from their forefathers that particular estate. Now, because of the penal laws, they couldn't own any property. So a regular trick that some people did was to hand it over to a Protestant friend, and the Protestant friend would hold it in trust and run it for them and for the benefit of their children, etc., etc. So John O'Harte and his brother went to this guy that they thought they could trust, signed over the land to him. But of course he said thank you very much, stuck it in his back pocket and went off and registered it all in his own name. So it changed hands many times afterwards, and as they say in rural Ireland, nobody had ever any luck after taking it from the poor old priest. So this is the Ballad of Father O'Harte. Good Father John O'Harte in penal age rode out to a Shoneen who had free lands and his own snipe and trout. In trust took he John's lands, Schneedings were all his race, and he gave them as dowers to his daughters, and they married beyond their place. But Father John went up and Father John went down, and he wore small holes in his shoes, and he wore large holes in his gown. All loved him, only the Shoneen, whom the devils held by the hair, from the wives and the cats and the children, to the birds in the fight of the air. The birds, for he opened their cages as he went up and down, and he said with a smile, have peace now, and he went his way with a frown. But if when anyone died came keelers hoarser than boots, he bade them give over their keening, for he was a man of boots. And these were the works of John, when, weeping score by score, people came into Collooney, where he died at 94. There was no human keening, the birds from Knocknarea and the world round Knocknashee came keening in that day. The young birds and the old birds came flying heavy and sad, keening in from Tirera, keening from Balnafan, keening from Inishmarie, or stayed for bite or supper. This way were all reproved who dig old customs up. So that's the Ballad of Father Harte, a very early poem of Yeats's.